Welcome once again. This is Amos Mkwenje from Top Research Center. Today I want to move on to lecture number 7. And my focus today is to start a slightly new topic. I want to look at how we use SPSS syntax in analyzing data. So that's our focus today. It's an introductory lecture and mainly focusing on those who are new to SPSS syntax. So it will be mainly on elementary level. To begin with, I just want to discuss the advantages of using SPSS syntax. You find that when you are using SPSS syntax, it makes it easy for you to replicate whatever you have done in the past. So you find that one of the reasons why it is important for you to learn to use SPSS syntax is that you can replicate. Let's say you are doing a dissertation or an assignment. Your professor or your lecturer wants to see how we have come up with certain results. You can send him or her the syntax which you have saved, and he or she can replicate all stages you have done. So this is why it is very important for any aspiring statistician to learn SPSS syntax, because you can share your analysis with others and they can follow the same steps you have followed during your analysis. So that's one of the main reasons of using SPSS syntax. Again, you find that it is a more efficient of working compared to menu-driven approach. In my previous lectures, I was showing you how you analyze data or do a number of processes using the menu-driven approach in SPSS. But you find that if you learn SPSS syntax, it is a more efficient way of working. And it will be difficult or very difficult for some to learn at the beginning, but with time and when you grow in your confidence, you find that you will realize that it will be a very efficient way of working using SPSS syntax. Again, it helps you to organize your thoughts. You find that when you are writing the syntax, you'll be also giving comments, as I will show you in the demonstration which I'm going to do after this presentation. You find that you can easily organize your thoughts step by step, and anyone can easily follow what we have done. It also allows you to use data transformation from previous work projects. So if you save your syntax, you can use some of the manipulations or transformations which you have done in the past in your future projects. So it is very advantageous to use SPSS syntax when you are analyzing data. Now, I want to discuss how you bring up the window for SPSS syntax in SPSS software. The first thing you have to open your software. When you open your software, you find that a blank window comes up with only the rows and columns, but that is not the window which we want when we are using syntax. You find one to open the window for syntax, you have to go to your main menu on the top left corner where it says File, and you click there. You find that when you first open your SPS software, a window like this opens. So you have to go where it says File up there, and you click there. Then you find that you will see where it says New, and then you move to where it says Syntax and double click there. So after opening your software, this page appears. You click where it says File, like here, where it says File, and then you go where it says New. Instead of clicking Data or Output or Script, you double click where it says Syntax. And when you click where it says Syntax, you find that a new window pops up. So SPS Workspace opens, or a new window pops up. The new window looks like this. You find that this is the window which we be using when we are performing our analysis or our data manipulation using SPSS Syntax. I will demonstrate this as we go along in this lecture. So there are certain tips you have to know when you are doing SPS Syntax. You have to always use comments to define what you did and why. You find that you have to write comments so that when you revisit your analysis or your data manipulations or transformations, maybe in few weeks or a few months, you can understand why you did that, because of the comments which you have put down, which will remind you the reasons or behind your manipulation of that data or a transformation of that data or analysis, doing such a particular analysis in certain incidences. So it is always advisable to write comments which can remind you. And even if you spend more over 6 months without revisiting that, by reading comments, you can easily remember what you have done and why. We have to start every comment by a star or asterisk. E.g., you find that here I said a star, and then I said SPS Syntax practice 1, and then you end up, we have to end with a full stop. So always start your comment or comments with a star, and always end your command or your syntax with a dot or a full stop to let SPSS know the end of your syntax. So for SPSS to know that this is the end of the syntax, there should be a full stop or a dot. Run this syntax. You find that this syntax, if you run this syntax before analyzing, it helps you to know that mostly when you are analyzing data, we want all the numbers and the variable names or the variable labels to show in the output. So this will help you to produce that. I will show you how you can adjust it. Maybe if you want only to show the variable labels in your output, or if you want only to show the variable names in your output, if you run this syntax like this, because it says both here, both here, both here, both here, it will produce all numbers and all variable names and all variable labels. But you can adjust it if you want only variable names to be shown in your output. I will show you in the near future in this lecture. So there are stages you have to follow when loading your data set in your computer memory through SPSS syntax. The first thing, you have to specify and enter the full path of the dataset. To do that, you have to enter the following command: get file followed by an equal sign and then the full path of the dataset. Then note that you have also to make or to enter quotation marks at the beginning and end of the full path of a dataset, and end the command with a dot. As I said, you have to end each command with a dot. And if you leave quotation marks, you are going to get an error message when you run your syntax. For your data to be live, you must run the command by highlighting with your mouse and then enter using either Control R, or you can press the green play button on your SPSS main menu. I will show you what I mean. After you entered your full path, put your quotation marks and a full stop, then you can just press Ctrl and R after highlighting your syntax, then it will run. If you fail to put either quotation marks and full path, find that you are going to get an error. I will show you this as well in the near future when I open my SPSS syntax. Then we have to save the syntax file. For you to use it in the future, you have to remember to save your syntax file if you want to use it in future, or if you want to share it with somebody so that they can see how you have done a certain analysis or particular data manipulation or transformation. So generally, this is what we are going to do in the next stage. So let me now open my SPSS and show you step by step what I was saying. Now I've opened my SPSS software. This is the window which pops up when you first open your SPSS software. But this is not the window which we want when we are doing our analysis in SPSS syntax. We have to go where it says file and click here. Then we go where it says new and go to the right and come here where it says syntax and click there. You find that a window like this comes up. Now I want to write a comment. So I have to put a star and then write my first SPSS syntax practice. Lesson. Then I end my comment with a dot or a full stop. Then now I want to look for a data set which I want to use in this demonstration. So I have to say get file, then get file, and then an equal sign. Let me now try to get the file which I want to use in this demonstration. Let me check from my computer. Let me come here where it says search, and then I will type lecture. I have a dataset which is lecture dataset, this one. And if I right click and click here where it says copy the path, and copy the path, then come back here and then paste the path. This is the path of my dataset. So let's say I just put a full stop and forget to put the commas, the inverted commas, at the beginning and at the end. As I said, to run this link, I have to press this button or Control and R. You find that something is missing here. Let me just click and show you what happens if you forget to put the inverted commas at the beginning and at the end of your full path. This is the full path of my data set which I want to use in this analysis. So if I click here, you find that warning. I get the warning error message. Error message is because I forget to put the inverted commas at the beginning and at the end of the path. Let me go back now and let me enter these inverted commas at the beginning and inverted commas at the end. And then try once again to run this. You see, now get file. My data is now live. I didn't get any error message. But if you see here, get file command which I put in here is showing that there are no errors, meaning to say I have now my data set loaded in my computer memory for me to use SPSS Syntax. So if I were to go back now, I can start my analysis of data because I have my data loaded in my computer memory and SPSS Syntax is ready for me to utilize. But remember, I told you you have to put comments. Let me just put two divisions here. For example, if you want, you can put a star here and then divide this into two. Sorry, before this, I have to run what I told you, the command which also controls the output which I want to show. Let me go back to my slides and copy this command and then go back here and run set numbers both, or numbers both, or vars both, t vars both. Then you end with a dot. And then if I highlight and run it, find that again no error. So everything is now set for me to start my analysis. So I want to divide my workspace into two divisions. Let's say I put a star or end a star there, and then this section I want it for data analysis. Data analysis. I want a section for data analysis. I'm organizing my thoughts now. This is data analysis. Analysis section. Then a dot, and then I want another section for, so I start with the star, data transformations. Or data transformations or manipulation. So data, so that when I visit later or in a month's time, I will know I was in this section, I was looking at different data manipulation or transformations. Data transformation. So I am organizing my thoughts, data transformation. And maybe, and again end with a full stop. So I have put two sections where I am going to, in this section, I will be doing all my data analysis in this section, and then data transformations in this section. So let's say we have a variable age in my data set. I think I used this data set for several times. I want to calculate the mean age. If I say mean, or you can use the mean and then age, and then remember to put a dot at the end. Let me run this and see what happens. I clicked because I have a variable age in my data set. You find that this is the output. We have now the mean age is 62.97. The number of participants 8,492 in my data set, and the standard deviation is 9.4. So all this is just come out of my command, which is just mean age, and then the results popped out. So I just want now to show you. You find that in this case we have age, which is our variable name, and we have age at interview, assuming date of birth is 1st of specific month. So you find that we have also the label, the age and label. Let me say, if I just want only the names, the variable names to show up in my output, you can come and adjust this here, where it says both. Instead of saying both here, we can remove this and put names, and then remember to end with a dot, and then rerun the command. I did the command here, remember, see, I rerun the command. It's now ready. It's ready. If I were to do the same analysis, mean age, and run it again, see, the output here is now different. Here I had age and I had also the label, but now my output is only showing age, which is the variable name. It's because I've altered what I want in the output on that command. So if I were to go back again and remove name and put labels, maybe I just want labels to show in my results, and rerun this command first and go back and do the same analysis, you find that the result is here. Instead of having age or the variable name, I only have the variable label in the output, but everything else is the same. But the only difference is that now I have only the variable label. In this case, I have only the variable name, but in this case, I have both the variable name and the variable label. So this is the importance of running this command. Set T numbers, both O numbers, both O vars, both T vars. If you don't want either names, you put labels there. If you don't want labels, you want only a variable name, you enter a variable name. And you can play around with other options as you wish, it depending with what you want in the output. So generally, this is the introductory lecture on SPSS syntax. In my next lecture, I will be looking at various ways you can analyze data using SPSS syntax or manipulate data using SPSS syntax. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lecture. Please like, comment, give me feedback. If you want any help, you can contact me using my YouTube channel, our Facebook page, our Twitter page, or you can use the contact form on our website, topresearchcenter.com. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lesson.